weird video games. Men and women of Earth, feast your eyes, ears, nose, and throat on one of the most weirdly awesome sights video gaming has to offer. Captain Commando, the arcade game. First of all, I really wonder about the title. I just can't help but notice that the game is by Capcom, and the first 3 letters of the words in the title spell Capcom. It's curious, isn't it? The character Captain Commando apparently goes way back before this game was even made. I started to think maybe the name Capcom was intended from the beginning to come from the name Captain Commando, but then I found out it stands for Capsule Computers. Wow. Isn't that just like finding out that Ring Around the Rosie was about the Black Plague? So, what makes this game so weird and awesome? Well, honestly, it's not that weird and it's not that awesome, but it's the elements of weirdness that really are the greatest things about this game. It's a scrolling beat-em-up where your cast of characters includes a superhero, a knife-fighting mummy, a ninja, and a baby in a robot suit.
A baby in a robot suit! Isn't that the greatest thing you've ever heard in your entire tepid existence? Merry Christmas, there is a Santa Claus, because somewhere out there, there's a video game where you get to be a baby in a robot suit.
I get the feeling some of you are less thrilled than me, but I don't care. To me, this validates humanity. Sure, it makes 0 sense. How did the baby find this robot suit? Why did the other team members let him put his life in danger? How can anyone think that a baby can be responsible with a giant death machine? In fact, how can a baby possibly be able to maneuver a sophisticated robotic device like... Oh, great! You had to ruin it for me, didn't you?
I take back everything I said about humanity.
Well, most of the game is fairly standard for a beat-em-up, with some small points of strangeness littered throughout. Like, this level takes place inside a shark. The henchmen you see the most of have this crazy costume, which actually makes them look a lot like the henchmen in Rolling Thunder. One of the bosses looks like a Tricloptic Incredible Hulk that's been genetically spliced with a cucumber. Then we have these guys who look like a cross between Shark Boy and the Xenomorphs from the Alien series. Then when you get to the underground base near the end, you can see in the background rows upon rows of weird large men hooked up to computers. That's odd. Then the final stage is some sort of outer space platform where you find a banquet hall and a nice fancy dinner party full of people who all seem unalarmed at the deadly battle going on in the middle of the room. Particularly strange here is the very large greenish guy with hoses in his neck sitting comatose surrounded by ladies. There are 3 of these guys. But let's get to the beef of this wackiness taco. Our cast of characters. Our first hero is Captain Commando. He has a super suit with an energy glove that has a flamethrower and can dispense electricity. Sounds cool to me. Next we have Ginzu. Yeah, that's what I thought of too. He's a ninja. That's probably all you need to know. They're pretty much all the same. He is very agile and can cut enemies in half with a single stroke of his sword. Okay, that's good to know. I don't see how it's relevant to the game though. He has this weird attack where he does some kind of kick and a huge cloud of smoke comes from underneath him. Smoke bomb? Explosive fart? I don't know.
Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife? That's a really weird name for a mummy. Wait, he's an alien? Why is he all wrapped up in bandages? He attacks very swiftly with his 2 special knives which melt the enemy. His knives melt his enemies? That's the strangest metaphor I've ever heard. I can think of a ton of visual representations of getting slashed or stabbed, and none of them even come close to the word melt. Anyway, he does have a cool spinning slash attack. Whoa, what? That guy's skin melted off. That wasn't a metaphor, it was serious. He actually does melt guys by stabbing them. Maybe it's some crazy mummy curse that... Wait, no, he's not a mummy, he's an alien, so... What is that all about? Wait, the character select screen still says Mummy Commando. How can he be an alien and a mummy? Mummies are from Egypt! On Earth! And if his knife actually does melt guys, does that mean the ninja... Yeah, the ninja actually does cut guys in half. That's actually pretty cool. And then there's the baby. Look at him kicking 4 flavors of butt with a rocket launcher. And then, Ladies and gentlemen, there are levels of awesomeness here that are such that science cannot explain them. Here is a baby sitting inside a robot suit, which is itself sitting inside a larger robot suit. I hope this isn't just a guy thing, because if there are any ladies out there who can't appreciate how freaking amazing that is, I feel so sorry for them. If you don't immediately understand why this is so great, I'm not even sure I can explain it to you. It's like explaining a rainbow to a blind person, or explaining a hamburger to a vegan. It's awesome. Therefore, it is.
Captain Commando.
Some voice actors just don't seem to enjoy their work.